Nation, we are back. Let's get it.
Get that in.
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. Make sure you wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed yet. We're almost to 30,000 subscribers. We cannot do that without you guys. It's a simple, free task. Just hit that subscribe button. We definitely appreciate you over here at OLV Raiders Network, man. A lot to talk about today. I just left, was at the Shrine Bowl, went and got my media credentials. You know, I got a bald head. You know what I'm saying? When I got my credentials today, went over there and hung out a little bit. Talked to a few agents in the NFL. Spoke to a few you know, people, representatives from other teams, kicked it at the bar for a little while, man, hung out and shot the shit, met some interesting individuals today. And it really starts tomorrow, you guys. So stay tuned for this. Tomorrow, I believe I'll be at North Texas University tomorrow around 11 o'clock a.m. And we'll be covering everything Shrine Bowl. You know, Shedeur, Shiloh, Will Shepherd, all the Colorado boys, and everybody else that's involved with the Shrine Bowl. There's a lot of interesting names out there. We're going to go over a slew of them here in the next few days once I go out there and cover some stuff. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, man, we had some fun today, man. And you know, I spoke to a guy. We're gonna talk about it. It was a brief conversation, but I found it kind of interesting. We're going to get into it. Salute to Ant, man. Look at Graphk doing big things. Hey, brother, you know, I'm addicted to doing dope shit, man. Let me just say that, man. My life is literally dedicated to find ways to do dope shit, bro. Like, real talk. Take care of my family and do dope shit, man. So salute to you, brother. You know, he said, how tall is Shedeur? I don't mean to be rude. No, well, there was a kind of a step right there, you know what I'm saying? But no, Shedeur is 6'2", you know, closer to 6'3". You know, I'm gonna be real with you, man. He was a little bit more size on him than I thought originally. You know what I mean? So, you know, but he looks like a quarterback to me. He does, man. You know, I know a lot of people talk about, you know, they're worried about his size. They're worried about his height and his like, man, look, dude, he looked like a quarterback to me. Looked like a quarterback to me. You know what I mean? Salute to my brother Jason Hunter in the building. Demon King, as always, I appreciate you, man, as always. John Baby said, Graphk looks up. Man, I'm 5'11", man. Damn near 6 foot. Stop with the cap, okay? Stop with the cap. I'm damn near 6 foot. I'm 5'11", man. You know what I mean? I'm not 6'2", 6'3", but come on, man. Come on. Yeah, man, wipe them feet, y'all, real quick, man. Wipe them. Hit that subscribe button. You already know, man. We're going to have some fun tonight, man. Today, I finally let loose a little bit, had a cigar, had a couple drinks with my people at the bar. You know what I mean? So we're a little loose tonight. Pause if necessary. We're going to have some fun. Salute to Josh Croney. Content. Baby, love this channel, Graphk. Salute to you, my brother. Real talk, man. Salute. Ben, let me say this. So I know everybody is out there kind of losing their minds right now with, you know, Liam Cohen redirecting himself, you know, from being the highest paid offensive coordinator in Tampa Bay and then going dark on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and going back to Jacksonville after Trent Baalke was fired and let go, right? Well, there was a lot of rumors and rumblings. Nobody wanted to work under Trent Baalke, and rightfully so. He's a terrible general manager, just nasty work. But it looks like he's going back out there. Robert Saleh, it was reported initially that he was on his way to Jacksonville for his interview, but apparently he was still in New Jersey, where he resides. And it looks like he will be taking that defensive coordinator position with the 49ers. So he will be probably returning home, to Santa Clara to coach the 49ers on the defensive side of the football. You know what I mean? So Gardner Mitchell, don't speak about him no more in my chat, bro. I'm going to be real with you. I'm done. 2025 is the year of so no. We're not playing those games in the chat. I promise you, bro. We're not doing that. So I'm done with that whole shield more than nothing. So, but I'm not hearing anything with Spytek. I know a lot of people are freaking out right now about Liam Cohen going to Jacksonville and then them potentially bringing him in as a general manager now because they have an opening in Jacksonville. Who the hell would want to go to Jacksonville? Like realistically, I mean, honestly, man, like I know they got Sunshine down there. They have some pieces, right? I definitely have some pieces down there. Walker, Josh Allen, ETN. They have some guys down there, right? I mean, shit. They're one of the best young wide receivers on the upswing right now. Rookie, phenomenal out of LSU. But real talk, they haven't even interviewed any general managers yet, you guys. Like, I see people are freaking out because technically he didn't sign his deal. Well, we don't really know if Spytek has officially signed his deal. The Raiders have not officially put it out there, but no one knows if he's officially signed his deal, right? There may be some particulars, some other things that they're working out, but I got to keep it a buck. I don't know anything about this Spytek situation. This is just me going on a whim here, you guys. Why would he leave Tom Brady, a guy that he's very close with, a close friend of his from Michigan, Tampa Bay days? These guys are very tight-knit. To go out there and take a job with Khan, like, why would he do that with Shad Khan? Like, that has been a known pit in the NFL. It doesn't – look, people thought it didn't get any worse than the Raiders. No, it does. Just go look at Jacksonville. And I know people are going to say, well, location. Tampa Bay is only a few hours away from Jacksonville. Look, man, if anything – I would assume that Liam Cohen would have took an interview with Spytek in Vegas rather than the opposite of Spytek going out and coaching, or being the general manager out there with Liam Cohen as a head coach. So honestly, you guys, I don't think there's really too much to worry about here. Got to keep it a buck. Sometimes these things take time. Contracts need to be ironed out. When you're dealing with this kind of money, and I don't know the particulars of his contract, these things take time. You know what I mean? So I don't think that Spytek would leave Tom Brady in this Raiders organization and what we have done, the history, and I could be wrong, right? Because we have Raider PTSD, the Cliff Kingsbury, the Ben Johnson thing. We've seen it happen before. But honestly, I'm not expecting Spytek to leave Las Vegas and go out to Jacksonville because Liam Cohen is going out there to be the head coach. I mean, just a few hours ago, you guys, Liam Cohen was supposed to go back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to be the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL. So, I mean, honestly, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Mind you, I could be wrong, but I do not see Spytek turning down the Raiders' offer to go leave Las Vegas with Tom Brady in the building to go to a shit show in Jacksonville. And I know, like, once again, they have their quarterback. I mean, do they? Honestly, you guys, this is supposed to be a generational talent at the quarterback position. And has he lived up to that? No. He's been terrible. Now, can Liam Cohen potentially bring that out of him? Yes. He's a great offensive mind. But I don't think that this spells disaster for the Raiders and Spytek leaving on the last minute. Honestly, this too. He's close with Tom Brady. I don't think that Tom Brady – I would assume, this is just speculation and just this assumption, that, the backlash that Tom Brady took with Ben Johnson leaving Las Vegas, but he never was there in the first place, but denying that job and going to Chicago, I don't think that he would want to leave another black eye on Tom Brady by backing out last minute like Ben Johnson did with the relationship that he has with Spytek. I think those guys have a similar vision. I think that they see this thing for what it is, and it sounds like we're getting closer and closer to potentially making Pete Carroll the head coach out there in Las Vegas. So stay tuned. But once again, you guys, I'm not jumping the gun here. I know a lot of people are freaking out because rightfully so. It makes sense. Liam Cohen backed out of Tampa Bay. He's going back down to Jacksonville. They have a vacancy for the general manager now. It makes all the sense in the world, but there's no real proof of Liam Cohen being super duper extra tight with Spytek or nothing. I didn't know that these guys' jobs were like this. I mean, just a minute ago, Spytek was going to be the guy and bringing in another head coach anyway. So I don't know why people are freaking out here when we never even requested to have an interview for Liam Cohen and Spytek already officially took the job. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, if this was supposed to be a duo, why would Spytek take the job while Liam Cohen took the job back in Tampa Bay? Make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. So I think we need to stop freaking out, stop jumping the gun here, and relax a little bit and let this shit play out. I do believe that Spytek will be the guy, and I'm hearing a lot about Pete Carroll out there being potentially the next head coach. Salute to Larry DM. Cohen doing the Bucks like Barack did Michelle. Brady won't do anything with Cohen. Salute to my guy Larry. Cold individual, brother. Cold. Salute to Gardner Mitchell. Check out the Playmakers pod with Spytek. I definitely did. I watched it, listened to it. I sent the put the link out on Twitter and Instagram. Loved it. Great listen. This guy is a phenomenal football mind, and he loves developing young talent. You love to see it. Salute to you. Salute to my brother Hug. Reading Jags and Giants not passing on a quarterback. F my life. We don't know. Now let's get to the Shedeur thing, okay? Because I know this is kind of alluding to that, you know. So I'm at the Hyatt, you know, Regency, kicking it, talking to a few agents and at the bar, just vibing with a few people and, you know, networking like I always do, right? You know, kicking it. And there's no players, you guys, in the building at all. There's not one player. Mind you, there's probably players in the hotels. You know, they got rooms up, but there's nobody in the lobbies. There's nobody in the lobby at all. I turn my head. Shedeur is just sitting at the table by himself. Well, let me not say by himself. Him and one of his partners, right? He locks eyes with me. You know, I'm raided out. He gets up out of his chair. What's up, brother? I'm like, yo, you got to come home. What's up? What we doing? And he has some interesting things to say, right? Like, he did not say that he wanted to be a Raider. He said pretty much, it sounds like we have some work to do in order to make him a Raider. So these were the exact words from Shedeur Sanders. And mind you guys, we'll be probably getting some interviews with him tomorrow and the next few days, because we're going to be covering the entire Shrine Bowl all week long. All right. So I said, you got to come home. He says, well, y'all moving up? This is exactly the words, bro. Verbatim. You guys moving up? I said, well, if we have to, we might have to bust that move. And he said, so you guys are going to give up Max? And I kind of paused for a minute. He said, so you guys are going to give up Max? And I said, whoa. I said, hold on, Shedeur. I said, listen, brother. I said, Max is the main reason we want to bring you into Las Vegas to pair you with some superstars. He said, so how are you guys going to do it? I said, we have a ton of draft capital. And he said, you know what? You're right. I forgot that, you know, the extra third from Devontae and so on and so forth. And you guys have all your future first and blah, blah, blah. So I said, we don't have to move on from Max at all. You know what I mean? If we have to move up in order to get you. So, you know, and he was like, okay. I said, yeah, we don't, you know, the reason why we go get you is because we have Max in the building. We have a Brock Bowers. We have a ton of talent. They're already in the building. That's the reason why if we move up to go get you, we go get you. But it was interesting because Shedeur assumed, so you ready to move on from Max? And I'm like, whoa, like, hold on, man. First and foremost, Shedeur, I'm a huge fan of you, bro. You know, you guys, I want him to be in Las Vegas. Definitely, I would love for Shedeur to be there. But I'm not moving on from one of the best defensive ends, you know, in football that's just hitting his prime right now in order to move up to do so. So, you know, it was funny, you know, when I said, hold on, we're not moving. And he kind of looked at me like, oh, so what are we doing to get this done? And I said, draft capital, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we got to move the 6th, move a 3rd, you know, if you got to, you know, move some future first, if that's what these guys want to do in order to bring you in, it's going to be draft capital. It's not going to be any player tied to it and so on and so forth. And Shedeur was mad cool. I said, yo, I do a Raiders podcast, blah, blah, blah. I said, we were just featured on your dad's documentary. He's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, the ones that were like, I mentioned me and Wasted with our voice. He was like, man, that's dope, man. That's dope. I said, let's flick it up. Took a pic, told him, I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see you for the rest of the week for the Shrine Bowl. But one thing I love about Shedeur, like real talk, is that he's very high on himself. Don't get it confused. You gotta move Max to get me. Hey, respect, bro. I respect it. But he was very humble, and he was the only player in the lobby, you guys. The only player. There was nobody down there at all. Not one player. I'm talking about not one player from a small school, not one player from another major big college. It was just Shedeur. It was literally just Shedeur. So, it was a perfect time to go over there and chop it up with him and kick it with him for a split second. And really good dude, man. So salute to Shedeur, man. Once again, cool dude. But no, we're not moving Max in order to move up to get you. But we will definitely, if the move is to move up to get you, we're going to have to move some draft capital in order to make that happen. We're not going to move on from one of the best defensive ends in football, the tone setter, the captain of this team, in order to go get an unknown at the quarterback position. And you guys know I love Shedeur Sanders. I think he can get it done at the next level. But honestly, I'm not moving Max in order to do so. I would rather take a flyer on Jackson Dart or, a Will Howard or even a Kyle, the kid out of Syracuse, if need be. I'm not going to move Max and a ton of draft capital to go up to get Shedeur. You already know what it is. Salute the coach. Did Shedeur tell you how excited he is to be drafted by the Titans or the Browns? Really happy for him. No. There was no talks of any other team in front of us. It was all Raiders. I mean, he's seen me, man. Look, he's seen this. You knew what it was. We weren't even talking about any other teams. None of that. It was strictly about the Raiders and our fit with him and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? But I'll say this, he seemed very interested in the conversation that we were having. Let me just say that he seemed very interested. Like, okay, so what are we doing in order? And he kind of looked at me like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing to make this happen? And I love that. He was very, very chimed in on the conversation, which was dope. So once again, salute, man, to him, and salute the coach on the $5 special. Salute to the 2,000 people here in the building. As always, King, we're supposed to be doing a podcast tomorrow. So stay tuned. We might be doing, the Graphk and Sanjit show tomorrow. We may have to bring back that, that podcast, the 12 personnel with me, him, and Wasted. So stay tuned. Sanjit hit me up today and said, I'm free tomorrow. So we may have to run that back. And I want to pick his brain because he is a guy that knows a ton of, about college football. And he does so much, eval on these kids. It's going to be fun to pick his brain a little bit. Oh, yeah. I mean, ITK, let me say this. Abdul Carter is, to me, and you guys may think I'm tripping out. To me, this is a generational pass rusher. This is a guy that when you compare his numbers to Micah Parsons out there at Penn State, he was absolutely balling, like even better than Micah Parsons. And this is a kid that just moved to be an edge rusher. You know what I mean? He had a phenomenal year this year. I believe 11 sacks at Penn State. This is a kid who hasn't even reached his ceiling yet. I'm excited about Abdul Carter. I believe that New England, if they do not take Travis Hunter, another generational talent, because of him possessing a skill set that nobody else does, being able to play corner and wide receiver at a high level, I can see if Tennessee doesn't move on from that number one spot, bringing in Abdul Carter, Jeffrey Simmons there in the middle of that defense, that would be insanity. That would be one of the best defensive lines in football. And remember, you guys, that Tennessee defense was very underrated this year. They just struggled on the offensive side of the football. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Abdul Carter down there on the D-line with Jeffrey Simmons. It'd be insanity. Would love Shedeur, but this ain't the year to trade everything to move him to number one. No, not at all. Andy, facts, little bro, at all. It's not clear cut. And I'm not moving him once again. If this was last year, Andy and Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams or one of those guys, potentially Drake May, were an option to move on from Max. And you guys know I love Max to death, but then there's a conversation to be had. We already assume that Jaden Daniels was going to be one of them ones. You know, Caleb's going to be phenomenal under Ben Johnson, you know, out there in Chicago, and Drake may look really good out there in New England with a terrible O-line and a terrible wide receiving core. They'll only get better with Mike Vrabel out there at the head coach. So last year, I would have definitely thought about the potential of moving him for one of those guys, especially for the likes of a Jaden Daniels, who has his team in the NFC Championship in year one after they were the second worst team in the NFL last year. Oh no, you know, look, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Like appreciate you, Reddit. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, this is strictly from me. And you guys will see a little bit more the next few days when I get some interviews and stuff like that. I would never say something that didn't happen with a conversation with Shedeur, because I don't want him to get in trouble. I don't want him to feel like I said something that he didn't, you know, agree to. None of that. Like, this is strictly a conversation that we had today, and it's all 110% real shit. And hopefully I get a chance to interview him here in the next few days at the Shrine Bowl as well. And there's a couple other guys that I definitely want to take a look at in terms of interviewing as well. Graphk, can we get Carol Salah? I don't think Salah, it looks like he's about to chime back in with the Niners and be the defensive coordinator out there. Cliff, move for Shedeur. You know, Cliff Kingsbury is an interesting name. We still have not heard any ties there because Cliff refuses to interview with any team before, you know, they're eliminated from the playoffs. And you never know, they may be in the Super Bowl here soon. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Cliff thing is a dark horse. That's a dark horse type situation. You know, I don't know what is going on, you know, with that. Andy, bro, I am live, little bro. Salute to Andy. If you want, I'll send you the link over here in a second, my brother. I got you. But that's not going to happen. Carol Salah, Cliff, that's not going to happen at all. Salute to Javi. Spags is the real dark horse, weakening the Chiefs. And there's a lot of smoke right now, you guys, as well with Spags, you know, potentially being that guy. It'd be very interesting, right? Because, you know, he was a guy that wasn't successful as a head coach. Andy Reid has come out and said that he's such a great football-minded guy, a phenomenal human being, that he deserves another shot. You know what I mean? He is a guy that we keep hearing. And Tom Brady, you know, faced him as a player. You know what I'm saying? And he also knows what kind of football mind Spags is. So there is a lot of smoke around him right now. He's been in a few coaching cycles in recent memory and never has gotten an opportunity to be a head coach. You know, he's kind of stuck around that defensive coordinator spot. So it's going to be interesting to see if he does get a head coaching job here soon. But he is, I would assume this, you guys, because there's no update with Monken. There's no real clear signs of us trying to bring Cliff Kingsbury in. You know, Vance Joseph came in, yeah, you know what I mean? But we knew what that was, the Rooney Rule. I'm assuming that if it's a 1A, 1B situation now with Ben Johnson gone, a lot of people may not want to hear this. It sounds like Carroll 1A, Spags 1B. So it looks like we may be trying to bring in a defensive-minded head coach here if, you know, Monken doesn't take the interview, or if Cliff Kingsbury is a long shot. Salute to Javi, man. Salute to John Calvin, my dog, gifting one. Raider Nation, you already know. OLV Raiders Network membership, my dog. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. You already know. Salute to my dog, man. Real talk. Heat check. I just went over it, bro. I just went over it. If you can, run it back a little bit. You know, just talked about what it would take to bring him into Vegas. You know, and, you know, he assumed immediately that we would have to move Max Crosby in order to move up to get him. So, and you know what's so crazy, Heat Check, is I honestly believe that he's a realistic option here for the Raiders at 6. I know a lot of people may not believe that, but, and this is no knock to Shedeur. That's not saying that he doesn't deserve to go before that. But honestly, the way this thing is lined up, you know, if he gets past the Giants and there's so-called talks of them being interested in him, and maybe it's a smokescreen, there's also reports now, you guys, and rumors out there that the Giants are interested in trading for Derek Carr. Like, real talk, which would be absolutely hilarious because, you know, his brother played up there. He won a championship up there. He was a backup, though. But it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see if they made a move for DC out there from New Orleans. But he can be there at 6. I mean, honestly, you look at some of the talent there, right? Abdul Carter, to me, generational. He could be a generational pass rusher. Travis Hunter, generational corner / wide receiver. Cam Ward, a guy that a lot of people think is the #1 quarterback in this draft, which Cleveland needs one now with Deshaun Watson with the new injury. You know, them restructuring him. They may take a flyer on him, right? But then you look at some other question marks, the Will Johnsons of the world, the Will Campbells, you know, the Mason Grahams out of Michigan. Some teams may value those other positions over bringing in Shedeur. He is a very realistic option there at 6. I'm telling y'all now, if he gets past number 3, I don't see any team moving up in order to get Shedeur, and he may fall to us. So there you go. Spags would be a defensive-minded version of Josh McDaniels. Salute to Ben. Yeah, me personally, bro, I do not want to bring Spags in to be the head coach. Love the mind. He's a brilliant defensive-minded head coach, but I don't think that he would be a guy that can come in and be a leader of men. I think he would have the same problems, I agree, like Josh McDaniels, a guy that, you know, is a good human being, but I think that he'd be in over his head as a head coach. And I could be totally off base, but I just don't think that he's ready to be a head coach. I think that he is a guy like Vic Fangio, like a Vance Joseph that just belongs on the defensive side of the football, like a Flores. You know, he tried at the head coaching spot of Miami, didn't get it done. I just think that some people belong where they are. Look at Wade Phillips. You know, struggled with Dallas as the head coach, was a phenomenal defensive coordinator. Sometimes you just need to stay in your lane. And Josh McDaniels being the OC out there in New England now, I can see him turning that thing around real quick, you know, offensively with Drake maybe, because he was a phenomenal offensive coordinator, just a terrible head coach. The Giants don't draft, you know, Jordan, we talked about that. You know, it's funny. I was actually talking to somebody today about that at pickup when we were getting our stuff for the Shrine Bowl. I was actually speaking to somebody about that, and they were like, "Yeah, this is facts, bro. This is facts." Like, you know, you realistically, the Giants have never done it. Never done it. So it's gonna be interesting if they'll turn the page here. Salute to Aura, my guy, bringing back Chasen and Kuntz. Would you still take Carter? Why not? Why not? Definitely, bro. Definitely. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy that, let me say this. Chasen and Kuntz, and I love both of those guys. You guys know I'm a major fan of Malcolm Kuntz. I was the only guy talking about him coming out of Buffalo when we took him in the 3rd round. I had him to the Raiders in the 6th round in that draft. But let me say this. Carter is different. He's better than both those guys. He's a phenomenal talent. There are some things that he needs to get better, you know, against the run. And that was one of Malcolm's knocks coming out of Buffalo, was getting better against the run, you know, but there are some things that he needs to work on. But let me say this, especially if Rob Leonard is still in the building, dog, Abdul Carter will probably end up being a perennial all-pro type talent. Real talk. Salute to my guy. Mace, let me say this. I don't know. You know, why not go back to Tampa Bay? There's no state tax in Florida as well. He already has a rapport with Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean? Now with Liam Cohen leaving, though, I don't know what that thing looks like, because now they have a hole at the offensive coordinator spot. Chris Godwin has also dealt with some injuries, Mason. This is the thing. We can't always, just because there's ties, you know, oh, shit, you know, John Spytek is, you know, the general manager of the Raiders. Now it leads to Chris Godwin. How do you know that Chris Godwin doesn't want to go win a Super Bowl somewhere next year? The way the injuries are piled up, he's dealing with an injury right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he may say, send me to Kansas City. Send me to Buffalo. I mean, they didn't utilize Amari Cooper like that. They can use another wide receiver out there. He may want to go somewhere and win next year immediately off the jump because of the injuries. He may not feel like, I have a ton of time left in this league because the injuries are starting to pile up. And let's just keep it a buck, man. He's not no spring chicken. You know, Godwin's getting up there in age a little bit as well. You know what I mean? How old is Godwin right now? I want to see this. He's been in the league for a little minute now. Yeah, he's 28. He'll be 29 next season, and he's already dealing with injuries. So I'm going to pump the brakes on the whole Chris Godwin thing. You know what I mean? I don't think that it makes total sense. If you're going to get a wide receiver and you're going to pay a massive amount of money, and if T. Higgins is a realistic option, I would, and he's dealt with injuries, but he's younger. You know what I mean? And I would preferably go that route. But I mean, honestly, man, you don't really have to pay a ton of money, man, in free agency. Just go draft 2 guys. Go draft 2 guys. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Ricky may be available out of UNLV there in the mid to later rounds. You know, we talked about Trey Harris potentially, you know, over there, you know, with Ole Miss, maybe a second, third round guy if he somehow, you know, falls there. There's a ton of talent in this draft. You know what I'm saying? Like Nick Nash, you can get him in the later rounds out of San Jose State. So there's a ton of guys that you can develop. There's no real reason to go out there if you don't need to and pay $20-30 million for some guys that have dealt with some injuries. You know what I mean? But I like T. Higgins. If it was up to me, General Manager Graphk, man, look, I go out there and cash out. Salute to JVJ or JVG. If Sanders falls and Carter's there, take Carter. That's tough, man, because the quarterback spot, right? The thing is this, JVG, would you rather have Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby with you know, Shedeur Sanders, or would you rather have Max Crosby and Abdul Carter with potentially Aiden O'Connell? You got to kind of look at both sides of this thing. It's a catch-22, man. You know what I mean? I love Abdul Carter. I think that he will be one of those guys moving forward. But if you can get a Shedeur, and if you think that he can be the guy moving forward to turn this thing around at the quarterback spot, I would rather gamble on the quarterback position than bringing an edge rusher. If you can just bring back Chasen, bring back Malcolm Kuntz, and you could potentially get another edge rusher there in the mid to later rounds. You know what I mean? So I love Abdul Carter. To me, though, you guys, and this may sound crazy because he's a generational type talent, but he's a luxury pick for us. Honestly, I think he's a luxury pick because you bring him in, you just build more on the defensive line. But honestly, we need help at the quarterback position, and there's a lot of other needs on this line. If Shedeur's gone, though, and Carter's there magically at 6, which I don't know in what world he will be, take Abdul Carter. Appreciate you, Hub. What you mean? Look, Graphk is 24. Oh, shit. Salute. Let me do something real quick, you guys. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, we got over 2,500 people in the building, I believe. Salute, man, to all you guys. I got something I need to do, man. Real quick. Everybody wipe them feet, man. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Let me get to the chat real quick. Show chat. Where's my guy? Where's my guy at, man? Where's my guy? Where is my guy? I got to find my dog real quick. I don't see. Where's 24 out of here? Where is 24? Boom. Boom. Salute to my dog, man. Salute to 24. You officially have a wrench, my brother. Salute to my guy getting his wings in the building. My dog. Welcome to the Mob Fathers, my guy. Salute. Now let me go back up real quick. I think I'm missing a few supers here. My apologies, you guys. The chat is flying tonight. And once again, for those who are just joining, I will go back over what we talked about with Shedeur and the whole Spytek situation. But honestly, you guys, I don't think that there's too much to talk about in terms of Spytek. I know a lot of people are freaking out right now about him not signing his deal. There's no real evidence of him not signing his deal yet. The Raiders have just not come out and stated that he's officially a Raider yet. You know what I mean? So you got to pump the brakes a little bit here. You know what I mean? Salute to JVG. Once again, my dog. Let me send my brother the link real quick. Boom. Easy. Max and Abdul Carter. I don't know why. I don't know if we would even be competitive next year. Probably same position to get a quarterback high next year. Draft 2. Salute to my guy, JVG, man. Why everybody keeps saying y'all low-key sneak this in Shedeur? I don't know. Somebody get Linda out of here. They just keep spamming that shit over and over and over. LV, I got you, bro. Salute to my dog, man. Salute to my brother in the building. And salute to 2-4 as well on becoming my father over here in the building as well. But yeah, we know with Spytek hire, Brady is now running the show. What should we pick at number 6. Well, I mean, there's been a history. There's been a history of him. Well, you know what? We went over the history yesterday. Let me say this. If you guys have not checked out the show yesterday, we kind of went over some of the drafts that he was involved with in Tampa Bay. They're kind of all over the place. Running backs, wide receivers, interior defensive line. You know what I'm saying? He was there with Vita Vea. He was there, you know, bringing in Bucky Irvin. He was there, you know, Rashad White, a ton of talent. You know what I mean? So, but it's kind of a mixed bag with what the guys he were bringing in. So, but relax. I know a lot of people are freaking out about Spytek right now. Pump the brakes a little bit. Got my bro in the building. Yerp.
Yo, wait, can y'all even see me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's good, little bro?
Bro, hey, I got a real man. Hey, I like Jalen Milroe, man. That's all I'm saying.
Word? You?
Bro, hey, I remember Wasted, you, Hammer, all y'all telling me I was wild for saying that Jaden Daniels was that guy last year, and I would take.
Wait. We said what?
Bro, before the college season even ended, I remember getting on one of y'all channels and saying,
it wasn't me. Hey, get on Wasted, one of them boys.
No. You were one of the main ones too. You were like, nah, bro, not over Caleb, bro, not over bro. What? This man was number 1 in the SEC and throwing the damn football, bro. There was no way he wasn't gonna be the best quarterback coming out, bro. But besides that, all I'm saying is that for y'all that
you know what, hey, I gotta give you that one for sure. The whole Caleb talk.
But here's what I gotta say. Look, I'm not saying you get Jalen Milroe if you go out and get what's one of these bums coming out as a head coach candidate. I don't know, one of those bums. You don't do that. Right?
You talking about like a Spags?
Yeah, bro, you don't do that. I'm gonna be honest. I would honestly be a little skeptical if you did it with Pete Carroll too. But to be honest, if you don't get Pete Carroll, bro, go and give Monken everything he wants, bro. And I'm gonna be honest, you do that and you get Gene T at 6. You have to sell this shit, bro. Like you have to. At this point, all these dudes that are trying to be head coaches, bro, it's not them interviewing for a job with the franchise anymore. Bro, it's these franchises trying to sell them the job, bro.
No, this is facts. Hey, real quick, Wasted. All I said was he was skinny and I was worried about his frame at the next level. That's all I said about Jay.
That man was running wild on SEC defenses, and he was the number 1 in passer rating through the middle of the damn, in between the hashes in the SEC. You know how fucking hard that is, and he was number 1. Like, that's all I had to see for him, for me to know that he was gonna go crazy in the league. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I would take Milroe in the 2nd over Dart. I know you don't like Dylan Gabriel anyways. I think he's just not gonna work in the NFL.
I don't think so at all.
I'm gonna be honest. I would take Milroe and I would take a running back, and I would say, you know what? Hey man, these 2 athletic motherfuckers back here, they're gonna make sense. Like, and you could build around that if you really know what you're doing. But I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. You got to really have a plan. Another thing, bro, Ben Johnson was never going to come to the Raiders.
You know what's funny, guys? Hey, chat, I have to say this. Andy was texting me the entire time saying, you know this shit ain't going to happen, right? Like, it's not going to happen. And you know me, I'm over here.
Bro, I didn't even want to get excited about it because I just knew, bro. I was like, there's no way. This man's career, like, he is putting his career on the line. Everybody for the last 24 months has been hyping him up to be the next guy at head coach. And he's going to go to a team with no quarterback. I was like, bro, there's no chance. There's no chance. Not just no quarterback, but we're not in a position to be at quarterback. I guarantee you, we had a chance if we stood at that number 1 overall pick.
Oh, yeah.
For sure would have had a chance. Bro, we for sure would have had a chance with Ben Johnson at 1. At 6, no shot, no chance at all.
Yeah.
Bro, like 0. There was no way. Like, it was
real
cool,
quick,
but this man was denying interviews from teams like the bro. I don't know.
Real quick, man. Salute to Raider man.
What's up?
Oh no, your Wi-Fi is in and out right now, brother. Where you at? Can you hear me?
I'm on the way to
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Hey, tap in when you get there because your Wi-Fi is going in and out.
All right, it's good. I'll let you know.
All right, brother. All right, well, salute to my brother Andy in the building. Yeah, you guys, the Wi-Fi was going in and out, so salute to my dog. Salute to Raider man. What do you think if we get Carroll? Why not bring in Wilson? His best years were with Carroll. Get T-Mac in the first, then Dart in the second. Just win, baby. Let me say this. There's already rumors right now, you guys, of Russell Wilson already being in talks for an extension out there with Pittsburgh. So I don't know if you guys seen the Pat McAfee show. There was talks about him potentially, extending his contract out there. So it sounds like Justin Fields will be the guy to move on from Pittsburgh to find a new job. So, but look, Carroll was the one to move him. You know what I mean? Like they already knew that time was coming to an end. You know, that Legion of Boom chapter was over with. And, they went and pivoted and sent him over to Denver. But I would rather not, man. I like Russell Wilson. He's up there in age now. If we wanted to get him, we could have had him this past year for pennies on the dollar. There's no real reason to go out there and get a Russell Wilson. Like, let's fix this thing. If anything, I would rather have a Justin Fields because he's much younger. And I'm not saying I'm a big Justin Fields guy, you guys. I'm not saying that, but I'd rather have him than a Russell Wilson. Let me see. Salute to Raider man, my dog, on the $10 special, man. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to my guy 24 with the ranch. Thank you, Graphk, Hug D's, Jason Hunter, L11 Wasted, and CGR, aka I'm the Pappy. Much love to all in here. And sorry, I did not mention you. You are here. Salute to my guy, Deuce 4 in the building, my brother. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome to the My family, man. No, there's no realistic. There's nothing that is tying Spytek to Jacksonville outside of him not signing his deal yet, and then the Liam Cohen situation. You have to remember this, you guys. Jacksonville just fired their GM. Okay, so I don't know if a lot of people know this. They're just about to get to the process of interviewing GMs. They still have to go through the Rooney Rule. They can't just bring in Spytek right now. Do you think Spytek's going to leave a job right now that he has that's already there for him to wait on Jacksonville for a guy in Liam Cohen that they could have brought in to interview themselves? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. You know what I mean? So they still have to go through the Rooney Rule. They have a lot of stuff that they have to do in order to get done before they even hire their GM. So we got to pump the brakes here with the whole Spytek to Tampa Bay. I personally, and I could be wrong, but I expect Spytek to like that deal to be broke by the Raiders here in the next 24 hours. Okay. I don't think that he would leave the Raiders the way Tom Brady just dealt with that Ben Johnson situation, leave another black eye on another black eye with Tom Brady, leave the kind of affect that relationship to go to Jacksonville, a shit show, poorly ran franchise under Shad Khan. So once again, they have to go through the process. They have to bring in that, a few other guys to satisfy the Rooney Rule. There's so much stuff they have to do in order to secure the GM before they do so. Now, maybe Liam Cohen has a say now if he goes down there and signs the dotted line, in which it sounds like he will, but they still have to go through the process. So, let's relax a little bit here. They got to go through the same process we did, you guys. We brought in the guy from the Giants. We brought in the kid from the Chargers. We brought in several other options, Lance Newmark. We went through the process to interview GMs. Jacksonville has not. It is fresh. They literally just let go of Trent Baalke. They have a whole nother process to go through in order to secure the GM. So let's pump the brakes a little bit here, you guys. I don't think that Spytek would leave a situation that's already set in stone to go out there. So I could be wrong, but I'm just going off of instinct here and logic. I don't think that makes any sense. One of my guys told me if PG signs with the Jags, we will get a third. Is that true? I do not think that that's true. Now, the Detroit Lions will, because of what they did this year. They get a third for Aaron Glenn, but we don't. I don't think we even get a comp pick for Patrick Graham. And a reminder here, Jersey Raider, that Patrick Graham wasn't even under contract, right? I think Aaron Glenn was still under contract with the Detroit Lions. So Patrick Graham's contract was done. It was done. So I don't know. Is it true? He's a free. I don't know why you would get a third. We get 2/3? 2/3. Okay. Well, maybe we get a comp pick. Okay, and Aaron Glenn was still under contract. Okay, got you. Yeah, exactly what I don't think that we get. Let me look this up real quick. I want to see. Do Raiders get a comp pick for Patrick Graham? In an effort to promote diversity and inclusion at the highest level, the NFL awards compensatory draft picks to teams that lose minority coaches to head coaching opportunities with other teams. So it'd have to be a head coach spot. Okay. It'd have to be a head coaching position, not a lateral move. So we would get potentially a third rounder for a head coach. Okay. So that's why Aaron Glenn, the Detroit Lions were getting a third round pick for Aaron Glenn. Okay. There you go. But he would have to be a head coach, which I don't see Jacksonville hiring him. It looks clear as day, you guys, that Liam Cohen is going to be the head coach down there, the former OC for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's not going to get it. So salute to everybody here in the building. As always, appreciate you guys so much. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Once again, we'll kind of go over what we talked about today. We talked about Spytek and that stuff. I would kind of calm down a little bit, you guys. Pump the brakes a little bit. Everybody's freaking out about him not officially signing his deal. We don't know if that's true. We have no clue if that's true or not. And the Raiders have just not announced it yet. So we don't know what's going on. I know that they're working around the clock to secure the head coaching position. And, there's a lot of talk and a lot of smoke around Pete Carroll here, but what they wanted to do was hire their GM first and then bring in their head coach. So I'm not going to jump the gun here and say Spytek's not already in the building and good to go. The Raiders have not announced it, which is kind of fishy, right? I understand, we're Raider fans. We're used to, bad things happening last minute, the Cliff Kingsbury, the Ben Johnson thing. We understand that. But I think this is a different situation with the ties from Michigan and Tampa Bay with Tom Brady. I think the respect there is there, and I think that he wants to have the job in Las Vegas. Everybody kind of stated that this was kind of tailor-made for him. This job was tailor-made for him out there in Las Vegas. So the former assistant GM with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm expecting him to be announced here in the next 24 hours or so. So stay tuned for that. And once again, I was at the Shrine Bowl today, went and got my credentials and had a brief conversation with one of the top names, polarizing names in this upcoming NFL draft, and Shedeur Sanders. It was a phenomenal meeting. It was cool to chop it up with a young kid that we've been hyping up over here a little bit, and so on and so forth. So and once again, I'll go over that conversation briefly here because I know some people are just tuning in. But I said, yo, you coming home? Once again, for those who were just tapped in, are you coming home? Gave me the pound. He said, y'all moving up? I said, if we have to, we may have to. He said, shit, y'all giving up max? I said, oh no, brother, we don't have to give up max. He said, what y'all gonna do then? I said, we got draft capital. We said, oh, okay, that makes sense. I keep forgetting that, you got all that draft capital, the additional third round pick for Devontae, and all our first round picks intact for the future. And that was it. Basically, you assume that we would have to give up max to get them, and we pounded it up. Good to see you, brother. And we'll probably chop it up once again here in the next few days as we cover the Shrine Bowl up until Sunday, Monday. So stay tuned. Salute to Will Duncan, my guy. Don't get to watch live very often, but listen to your stuff every night at work. You out here doing awesome work, my dude. Happy to have Spytek. We finally have a legit talent evaluator for those sneaky mid-round guys, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for the kind words. And I appreciate you, man, on the donation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you as always, man, for pulling up on us, man. I love to hear that, these shows get guys through their days at work and all that good stuff. That really means a lot to me, Will. So I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Real talk, man. And let me get my guy, James in the building, Monkin, Genty, Milrow, and he sits for a year. He said, Graphk is tampering. How am I tampering? I'm not signed with the Raiders. I'm not signed with the Raiders. I'm not under contract with the Raiders. I can do as I please. I can go talk to people. And I don't have a contract with the Las Vegas Raiders. I am my own employee, you guys. I can do whatever I want to do. I can have conversations with whoever, and it's not tampering because I am not a general manager. I am not a coach. I am not under contract with the Las Vegas Raiders. I am under contract with the OLV Raiders Network. So there you go. But salute to James, man. I'm not mad about that. If you get Monkey, you bring in Genty and Milrow, sits for a year. Okay, but then, James, let me ask you this. Who is the guy in free agency then? Because you have to bring in another quarterback. So who is your guys? Is it Justin Fields? Because if you want that mobile quarterback, I'm assuming you bring in Justin Fields, have him come in for a year, maybe a 2-year deal, a second-year team option, and then you draft Milrow there in the second round. Not against that. I hear you, brother. So it's my guy on a $5 special. I personally, though, would rather go get my guy, Amarion Hampton, out of North Carolina. Me personally, that is a guy that I think will be a phenomenal piece for this offense for years to come. Keep an eye on Amarion Hampton as the combine goes and all that other stuff. His name is going to start gaining a lot more traction, and you're going to hear him get a lot more recognition as the draft comes around. He can be a guy that could potentially be drafted in the late first. But if he's available there in the early second, I'm taking Amarion Hampton without no hesitation. That is my running back in this year's draft. Salute to Hug gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My brother, I appreciate you so much. Salute to all the new Green Dot Gang in the building. CGR, one of my other mob fathers in the building. I appreciate you so much. Salute to everybody here in the building. All the new Green Dot Gang. If you guys missed out on these, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It definitely helps us keep the lights on over here. Nose ring, you guys. No booger nose ring. No booger, man. Let me see. You said Vinny just said Spytek is gone. What do you mean? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe. Let's see what happened. Oh. Vinny, you sneaky bastard. He didn't say he's gone, okay? This guy said, everyone relax. Spytek will sign by the end of the week as originally broken by Vinny B. Just watch. And then Vinny B put the emojis up. So here you go. He's not saying he's gone. He's saying that he will be signed by the end of the week, which I personally think it'll be done by tomorrow, which is the end of the week. So Vinny may be on to something. So he didn't say Spytek is gone, Trip. Stop the trolling. He said that it will be done here shortly. So, and, I know a lot of people, thinking that, Vinny B's batting average this year is 0.000. And I get it. I understand. If y'all want to cook bruh. You know what I'm saying? But, I think this is a true thing here. I think he'll be done by no later than tomorrow. Real talk. So salute the Trip, man. You troll God in the building. Zeus, I love Caleb Johnson as well at Iowa State. That's one of my guys too. He has been one of my favorite running backs in this class for a long time. I was watching him really early, and then I really watched a lot more of Amarion Hampton, and I just started kind of drifting more towards Amarion than to Caleb Johnson. Not saying that Caleb can't be the guy, because he can definitely be the guy. You know what I'm saying? But I just have this hunch about Amarion Hampton being that dude. Jason, listen to me, chat. We are not trading Max. Jesus, what the fuck? Talk, Jay. Talk. Salute to my brother in the building. Appreciate you, bro. Real talk. Salute to Michigan Raider on the 199 as well. I want to say this too real quick. It's so funny. I came in with all the Raider stuff, right? Wasted. I didn't even tell you this on the phone. I went in and they were like, let me guess, Raiders, right? So I'm like, yeah. So I go in and they ask me for my name and they're looking through the Raiders cards, right? And they're like, do you want all of them? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I didn't know what they were talking about because anytime I've gotten my credentials, they never asked me if, oh, so, I said, okay, cool, whatever, right? So they give me all the cards for all the Raider guys that are coming in, all the scouts, they gave me all their badges, all of them. And I was like, oh, shit. I said, whoa. I said, no. You guys take all these. Take those back. Take those back. I work for OLV Raiders Network. Go look that up. I'm down there, woo. And I seen all the guys, all the scouts and all the people because everybody flew out tonight from Las Vegas today to Dallas at the Hyatt Regency to cover the Shrine Bowl. So there's a slew of Raider scouts, people out here that are going to be covering the Shrine Bowl from the Raiders regime. So there's a lot of eyes on this weekend for the Shrine Bowl. And then they're going from, I talked to a lot of them tonight, they're going straight from here to the Senior Bowl next week. So, and I'm still thinking, I got my credentials for the Senior Bowl. I'm still thinking about potentially getting a rental car and just going. I don't know yet. So salute the Michigan Raider, my dog. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I almost stole everybody's credentials. You know what I mean? Salute to NorCal Raider, my dog. Appreciate you on becoming a member. Real talk. Appreciate you so much. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Definitely appreciate all my guys, all my Green Dot gang that help us keep the lights on over here, man. If you guys want to be a member, hit the link up there. Nose ring, no booger. Nose ring, no booger, man. Yeah, and it looks like Salah is to the Niners. We called this from Jump Street, you guys. We've been said this. It made all the sense in the world. They're going to make him one of the highest paid defensive coordinators to return back to the 49ers. I mean, come on, man. I think this was a clear thing. I didn't think that he was going to be a head coach at all. There was some rumors there for a second, some buzz that Jacksonville was really, really high on him. And we were like, oh, shit, is he really going to get a head coaching job? But we know that Robert Salah is a guy that was meant to call the defensive side of the ball. So I'm not shocked if it's true that he went back to the Niners. I think I was expecting this the whole time. Raider man, what about T-Mac in the first? Imagine him and Bowers, third and goal. Just win, baby. I do not want to take a wide receiver in the top 10. I just don't. I don't. And I like T-Mac a lot out of Arizona. 6'5", 6'6". We talked about him a lot over here. He kind of scares the shit out of me a little bit, Raider man, to be real. And the thing is, we don't have a quarterback yet. You know what I mean? So I don't want to draft a wide receiver there early without a quarterback in the building. So, I like T-Mac, but I don't think that wide receiver is necessarily the biggest hole in this roster. We have Jacoby, who is a 1B at wide receiver. Brock, Michael Mayer. We got a ton of talent. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really too much worried about taking a wide receiver there. Go get one in the middle rounds, man. There's too many holes to fill in this defense on the O-line. I'd rather go that route, if we're not going to get a quarterback. So I'd rather get a corner. I would take Will Johnson over T-Mac. I would take Mason Graham over T-Mac to add an additional defensive tackle there with Christian Wilkins. I would take one of those guys, Abdul Carter if he's there for sure, a Shedeur, one of those guys if they're available. I wouldn't take a wide receiver there. Let me see. Let me catch up real quick, you guys. We still got 2,700 people, you guys. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. What running backs out have a high broken tackle rate? Gardner Minshew, we're going to go over that a lot here in the offseason. But let me just say this. You're going to hear a lot about Cam Scatterboo. You're going to hear a lot about Amarion Hampton. Somebody just brought up Caleb Johnson here in the chat. There's a lot of guys that are known for terrorizing shit. Okay. So we'll go over that list of guys. I don't have the number one guy right now that had the most broken tackles at the running back spot at the collegiate level, but we're going to definitely do a show strictly for the running back position here soon. And we'll go over all the stats and all that good stuff. But I'm going to tell you this. I watch these guys closely. Sanjit T as well. These guys are hard to bring down. So there you have it. Another guy rising up draft boards as well because of his speed and just him being so good in the passing game also is Trayvon Henderson out of Ohio State. And I think I got one more. I believe our O-line works better under Monken's scheme. Okay. There you go. Salute to James. We'll see if it's real. We'll see if that's a realistic option for us here in these next few days. But I really do believe, though, that, we're getting closer to probably naming Pete Carroll the guy. Mike Ref, the thing that scares me about him, and I like Judkins a lot, he's just slow. Like, he's not as speedy as some of these other guys. I don't know if you guys seen that play where he broke off like a 70 piece on my Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and he kind of got winded at the end, and we brought him down at the goal line. You know what I mean? I like Quinshon Judkins a lot. I think that those guys were a phenomenal duo, probably the best duo in football at the collegiate level, but he's just a little too slow for me, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Phenomenal talent, though, but I don't know, man. If you're going to go get one of those Ohio State guys, give me Trayvon Henderson. Simple and plain. If you're going to go that route. And I like Judkins a lot. And we've talked about Devin Neal over here out of Kansas a lot as well, Fly. Definitely would love, if he's available there in the late rounds and we're ready to double dip at running back, I definitely would take a look at Devin Neal. Facts. That kid absolutely destroyed their Colorado defense. Had Shedeur and them boys looking crazy. Let me see. It says Taj Brooks, Mikey, and I get a chance to potentially talk to him tomorrow. So stay tuned. And LH, Ollie Gordon's another guy out of Oklahoma State that we like a lot. You know what I mean? He had a down year this year, but he had a phenomenal year the year prior. Lengthy. What is he? 6'1", 6'2". He's a lengthy running back. I have no problem if we're going to look at Ollie Gordon in the later rounds, but he will fall because of the year that he had out there in Oklahoma State this year. But the production he had the year prior was phenomenal. Let me see. And then, yes, he's a monster too out of Kansas State. Giddens, man, he's a baller. And I think isn't Giddens like 6 foot? I think he's like 6'2", like 6 foot, 6'1". I like that kid out of Kansas State. Yes, R. Gonzalez, I'll be there covering it. We'll be on the field. We'll be interviewing the players. We'll be doing all that good stuff. And then afterwards, we'll be at the hotel where they're going to be doing interviews with the players and all that good stuff in the lobby and all that good stuff too. So stay tuned for that, man. Stay tuned for that. Our brother pulled back up, man. You got a couple of things to say, bro? What's up?
Bro, how much longer are you going to be on for?
I'll be on for like maybe 10 more minutes.
All right, what was y'all just catching up on right now? We're
talking about the running back position and what guys we should look at in the draft. Is Andy?
I'm gonna be honest. I know I said Ashton Jeanty earlier. I don't even think he's that good. Like
O-line?
He's put up great numbers, but like, I don't know, bro. It's a running back. Like, to be honest,
he had a phenomenal O-line.
Like that, like I may have just came on here talking about some Jalen Milroe and then Ashton Jeanty's not that good. Everybody's probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? but bro, like,
hey, there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way though.
Like he had a great season. Like, nobody will ever take that away from him. He will for sure be a first round pick, but it's like what makes him special, bro? Because he does not have great speed. Like, I don't see him doing the disgustingly athletic shit that Saquon does.
No,
he can't just run through people like Derrick Henry. Like, what makes him so great? Like, what like, to me, I always say that to me, he's like Alvin Kamara. He got great balance. He has great balance. He will bounce off some tackles that will make you be like, well, that was not supposed to happen. But it's like, come on, man. First round pick for a running back? Like, no way. Like I get it. You could say we had success doing that with Jacobs, but did we though? Like,
we didn't win shit.
We didn't win anything. You know what I mean?
And it wasn't Josh's fault, but you're right.
But exactly, it wasn't Josh's fault at all. But I mean, like, let's be honest, 2 yards per carry was, I mean,
Hey,
look, man,
remember those lives? Oh, another 2
bro,
yards.
bro, it's like, it's tough, man, because it's like, that's one position. And I mean, there's actually many positions like that, but with running back, bro, it's really tough because it's so dependent on that offensive line, man.
It is. It is.
Like Saquon Barkley's like the only person in the league that could have ran behind that New York Giants offensive line and still had over
Phenomenal
1,000
numbers.
yards, bro. Like that. He is the best running back in the NFL, and it's been like that. He's just been hurt. You know what I mean? But I mean, like,
so where do you get our running back then? Do you go in the second and get a Marion Hampton? Do you wait to the third to potentially take a Caleb Johnson or
like to be honest, like look, this is how I see it, man. At 6, you can't pay you all the players that I would take before Ashton Genty, Will Johnson. I would take Abdul Carter. Everybody would.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody would. But to be honest, bro, like I just really feel like if Abdul's not there, Will Johnson's not there, bro, just trade back, man. Like we're not getting anything special there at 6. Like, that's gonna actually take our roster to some sort of next level. People saying that Abdul Carter's a luxury pick, that's wrong, bro. That's not a luxury pick. You need that.
No. What I meant. Let me say this. I think Abdul Carter can be a generational talent. I honestly do, bro. Like,
for sure.
And to be real, you know what? Maybe luxury pick was the total wrong words to say, because a generational pick, but that was used for Brock Bowers, right? It was a luxury pick. We didn't need a tight end, right?
See,
so
that's kind of where I'm going though with Todd Monken, because it's like, bro, that man's offense was going crazy with really nobody at receivers.
Yeah,
he did great with 2 tight ends. I mean, Isaiah Likely, what's bro's
Mark
name
Andrews
that did horrible. Yeah, Mark Andrews played like trash, but come on now, like, we know he's a great tight end anyways.
Yeah.
And then like their offense is built in that O-line and those 2 freak athletes in the backfield, bro.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just my vision with that. I know that all y'all were saying that, oh, if you can't get one of these top guys, settle for Drew Dart, bro. I think this quarterback class is just bad. Like, that's it. But
Jackson Dart.
Yeah. Like, this quarterback class is just bad. Like, these 2 top guys wouldn't. Let's be honest, bro. Would they have even been picked over Bo Nix? Like.
Let me say this. I think
class is not great. Like, it's not great when it comes to quarterbacks. Like, I don't really want to give up anything to move up. Like, if I'm gonna be honest with you, like,
but I think Shedeur is gonna be there. I think he's gonna be there, bro.
Bro, I don't. I would rather move up for Abdul Carter than these quarterbacks, man. Like that's just where I'm at. These quarterbacks are just not it. And if you tell me you could get a guy that was, I get it, you know, Alabama lost 3 games. That's like, what the hell for Alabama to lose 3 games? And I understand he was the dude under center, but I don't know. We see these Georgia players get drafted year in and year out on defense, and he was making those boys look silly in the beginning of the season, bro. Like, like, all I'm saying is that with right coaches, you have to have a plan. Like, you have to have a plan, because you know how much I dislike Justin Fields.
Yeah.
But with a plan, if you tell me that we're gonna play this style of offense so that Justin Fields could look like 85, 90%.
You play to his strengths. You play to his strengths,
bro. Like every coach, everything, we've had no plan these last whatever years. Realistically, I mean, you could say maybe McDaniels had an idea. I don't know, but I mean, who's the last coach that actually had a plan? Gruden, maybe, if that.
What was Gruden's plan? He was
exactly. So it's like you could see that there was something there, but I mean, to be honest, like, there really wasn't anything. Like, I know if Monken comes, you know what the identity is off the bat. Like, you know.
But let me ask you this, because Monken hasn't. We requested to interview him. There's been no updates if he accepted. There's been no dates. So let me ask you this: if we bring in Pete Carroll, okay, a guy that has a proven track record, me too. But with him being a defensive-minded guy, do you think that he goes trenches on the defense side of the ball, or even build up the O-line? Where do you think he goes at 6?
Look, man, Seattle has drafted so unorthodox every year.
Yeah.
Bro, like I
trade out of the first round, do all kind of shit. Yeah.
Bro, like when it comes to drafting now, like I do these mock drafts. We look at these players because we like doing it at the end of the day, but realistically, none of us know what the fuck is gonna happen, like at all, man. Like I may think that Shedeur has no chance in hell to be there at 6. Bro, he could be there for all we know. Like he could actually be there. Like it just takes a string of one guy goes here, one guy goes there, and boom, Abdul Carter, or boom, Shedeur's there. But man, I really don't know what's gonna happen. Will Johnson is a great player if you get him there at 6. Like it may not be what everybody likes because he may not rush for 1,000 yards or get 1,500 receiving yards, but I mean that would be a great pick. I don't really like McMillan, the wide receiver. Yeah, I don't really like him. I like you mean to tell me I'm supposed to draft Drake London at number 6? It's like, nah, bro. Like I'm good off that. You know what I mean? So it's like Drake London went where he went for a reason. You know, like I'm not gonna Luther Burden. Okay, he's good at yak, but with a bad system, that's nothing. Look at
I think Luther falls to the second round. I think he falls.
Bro, but like let's just refresh our minds. Everybody thought, oh shit, man, Laviska Shenault, this man yards after catch.
Yep.
But bro, he's ass. He's on his like 30th team. He's played for every he's played for every team in the NFL. Like he's not great. Y'all boy out of UNLV. Now that is an actual receiver. Like he is an actual person that has an identity at receiver. You can't just say, oh, this dude's a big ass body like McMillan and he'll go up and get it. Bro, I'm sorry. I get it. Odell made it popular to do all these acrobats in the air. That shit doesn't impress me, man. If you can't run routes, who cares, man? Like it does not matter, to be honest. Like
you guys, Andy's not saying that Drake London wasn't drafted early. What he's saying is you're essentially drafting Drake London at 6.
At 6. Like
that's it.
If you guys are okay with that, okay.
I'm not.
Like if you guys are okay with Alvin Kamara at 6, okay. Like if you guys are okay with TJ Watt, Myles Garrett at 6, now we're talking. You know what I mean? Like it's
talk that shit, Andy. Talk,
bro. To me, it's just like
salute to hug.
At the end of the day, bro, this draft again, another year where we didn't fuck ourselves over out of a quarterback position. Like you just have to go with who's gonna make the biggest impact, man. Like at the end of the day, Will Johnson may make a massive impact if it means that Jack Jones can actually guard the number 2 receiver and bait a quarterback.
Shit, honestly, Jack may be the third guy. Jacorian Bennett would be number 2.
Look, I'm going to be honest. If you get Will Johnson, bro, Jack Jones doesn't see much playing time unless you're in a dime package.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's not starting over Jacorian.
Nope.
And Jack Jones in the slot, he can't fill a run gap for shit, like
at all.
Like it'll be real tough for him to get out there. He's a great player, so he will find a way.
Yeah, but, for sure.
I'm not gonna say he's a great player.
Good player.
He's a good player
that has great plays.
He has great traits. You know what I mean? But so he'll find himself on the field. But if you get a starting corner, bro, Jack Jones is not seeing nearly as much as the same playing time. I know you probably did a whole free agency show already. Nate Hobbs can go. Like, I'm sorry.
This is the thing. What has Pete Carroll done? He's brought in some lengthy some cornerbacks. He brought in, Richard Sherman in the 5th round. He brought in Tariq Woolen in the 5th round. Think of who he has on his roster right now. D-Cam, big body corner. Had a tough rookie year, but he was kind of thrown out there to the Wolves. Jacorian, 6 foot, closer to 6'1", I believe.
Hey man, with these coaches that actually know what they're doing, bro, I wouldn't worry about if we didn't get a defensive guy in a position of need in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd rounds if you had Pete Carroll. Because we've actually known that this man, his eye for talent actually works. Like, he can get somebody in the 5th, 6th, 4th round even, and you're like, okay, maybe not year 1, year 2, this man's a starter. Year 3, now we're talking. Like, look, I would love Pete Carroll. That was always kind of my number 1 anyways, because I really didn't think Ben was going to happen.
Yeah.
But, like, with this draft, man, I just simply, it's hard because I really just don't see this being the year to move up for any of these quarterbacks anyways. I understand maybe some people could see this in a year and a half when the Raiders are maybe in the playoffs with the quarterback that we traded up for, and I may look like an idiot, but I would love that at the end of the day. I would love
Yeah,
that
yeah.
if that was the case.
But a lot
I
of
would say,
people feel the same way that you feel, bro. A lot of people feel that exact same way.
and
So
and and it's just tough, man, because it's like I get it. Michael Penix was kind of the same thing, but to me there is a big difference between Penix and Cam Ward, man.
yeah.
Like Penix went to a national championship game, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yep.
there's a big difference with that, and it was, although it kind of looked ugly in the beginning, the game was still pretty competitive.
Yeah.
Cam Ward didn't do that. Shedeur didn't even make the playoffs. Like stuff like that, and then bro got blown out in that game against Penn State, but all right, whatever, But I
Well,
just with these two
B,
guys, like,
BYU.
oh, yeah, BYU, shit, even worse, man. But
Yeah.
but I don't know. I like that Cam Ward's able to have that confidence in the way he plays. I love the quarterback position to have confidence.
Yeah.
You start doing that goofy shit though, with Christian Jones, you start standing around in the pocket. Yeah, okay. You good luck, IR.
Yeah.
Like
You
they
got
like,
Chris Jones, you got Bosa. They may bring back Khalil. They got TT. He looked really good out there, the young boy out of USC. I mean, look, we got some nice edge rushers, some pass rushers. Denver defense looks solid this year. They got to the quarterback a lot. You know what I mean? So no, I agree with you, bro. Real quick, salute to LV Max. He says Ashton Jeanty is a Cedric Benson. Holy shit. And I like Cedric Benson, but he wasn't a generational type talent like most people are saying about Ashton Jeanty.
Bro, like, I'm gonna be so honest, like these running backs, like the running backs that actually impress me, like is Ollie Gordon and Scattaboo. Like like those are the guys that actually.
Well, Ollie had a down year. He had a down year, but the year prior, he was phenomenal.
But that's fine. He can have a down year. He could have had 2 down years. The running back position is like that. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. At the end of the day, shit, it kind of helps when these running backs have down years before entering the league because they end up being a little bit more fresh. What Scattaboo did in that game against Texas, man, to me, that was more impressive than anything Ashton Jeanty did this whole year. Like that's just me. Maybe I'm just talking shit or whatever, but
think about this, Andy. Last year, Ollie Gordon had a down year, right? He had 880 yards. He had 13 touchdowns. He still averaged over 4.6 a clip. But people beat him up this year because of the year prior. He had 1,732 yards on the ground. He averaged over 6 yards a clip, and he had 21 touchdowns. You know what I mean? So, and then he was very active in the passing game. He had 330 yards, not this last year, but the year prior. So Ollie has all the intangibles to get it done. You know what I mean? He just had a down season in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State had a down season. I mean, shit. You know what I mean?
It's kind of hard, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like this draft is really good defensively, but offensively, I don't really think this draft is that great on the offensive side of the ball. Like, I think this draft is more defensive heavy. Like, I really like the defensive guys. Like, since I think the first 2 people that I looked at when I was like, man, if the Raiders got these 2, which is TJ Edwards and Jack Sawyer, I would be ecstatic, man. Like,
let me say this: the offensive side of the ball may not sound splashy because there's to me there's not like a superstar wide receiver in this year's draft. I think this is a deep running back class, one of the deepest in a long time.
There's really no superstar anywhere.
I like the tight end. I like the tight end group. I think this is a sneaky tight end group with Tyler Warren, leading the way out of Penn State. But then also, bro, I like the guards. There's some sneaky guards. The kid Booker out of Alabama, the boy Joshua Gray out of Oregon State. There's some guys, bro. I hear you though, but it's like, it's just you know how this goes, little bro. It's a wait and see approach. We got to see what these kids can do at the next level.
For sure. And then I mean, all this, I mean, really. All the draft game plan. I mean, we all love to, know about the draft game plan because, I mean, at the end of the day, our seasons are usually cut short. They end right as the NFL season is over. We know the Raiders where they're always going to draft.
Yeah.
So it's like we always end up talking about the draft, but all this stuff matters on what we do with free agency. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's hard because free agency got no good quarterbacks. Like,
yeah,
there's nothing there. Corners wise, it's tough. I mean, there is that big ticket receiver in free agency, but
maybe we can look at Green Bay. Jair Alexander wants to get out of there. Maybe we can look at him. You know what I mean? But I mean, I hear you, bro. It's an interesting offseason, especially.
Let's say we entertain that though. Like, what does that look like? Because
I want Javon Holland, bro. I want to bring Javon Holland home.
See, but I feel like this year, and look, realistically, I thought firing Telesco was dumb, just because I never saw Ben Johnson coming here, man.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we got over $100 million is because Tom Telesco was not being stupid and signing everybody and their moms to contracts just because we had the money, bro.
Well, you know what? This may be a hot take, but I don't think that we fired Tom Telesco, and I played into it a little bit just because of Ben Johnson. I think that Brady wanted his own guy. You know what I mean? So I mean, bro, he brought in
that's fine, but this guy that we're supposed to get, he wasn't even a GM. He was an assistant, right?
But they said that he was a massive scout for Tampa Bay and that he had his hands in the pot a lot in terms of drafting. So, hey, you never know, bro.
I mean, that's cool and all, like they got Antoine Winfield Jr. He's a great safety.
Phenomenal.
Like Devin White in his couple years that he was actually decent. Vita Vea is great.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Bucky Irvin had a phenomenal rookie year last year.
Yeah, like all that is great, but
Chris Godwin.
I mean, I don't know. It's just hard, man. It's hard because he did a great job. Like, we got over $100 million because he didn't just spend a bunch of money where we didn't need, where we shouldn't need, to lock down.
And he finessed the Jets out of the Devontae contract and got that money off the Jets.
He finessed the Jets, and I feel like for us, even me at times, bro, I forget that Christian Wilkins is on this team because he didn't play, but we have him. Like, we have him for what, 2-3 more years or something like that? Like
3 more years. Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, he drafted great. Like, we fired somebody that, I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't have, man, but
we'll see. I mean,
hey,
real quick, Morte says, talk that shit, Andy. Mike says, with the 6th pick in the 2025 NFL draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Andy's dog, running back, East Oakland University. Salute to Michigan Raider as well, who said draft Will Johnson. James says, I have a feeling Will Johnson sends Jack packing. Salute to my guy, James Williams. Real quick also, let me see. Let me catch up on these supers real quick. I think we're almost there, man. Salute to Raider Pace, Mason Graham at 6. What do you think about that?
He won't be there.
You think he'll be gone?
Bro, I think this is what I think. Who's at 1? Tennessee?
Yeah.
They get one of the quarterbacks.
I don't think they do. I think they go Abdul Carter or they go Travis Hunter.
Okay, let's say they do that. Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. Who's at 2?
Cleveland. They're going quarterback.
Cleveland, they're going quarterback.
They're going to count Ward.
Then who's at 3? The Patriots?
Patriots are going to take the best player available, whether it's Trav or Abdul. Whoever Tennessee doesn't take.
So we're saying that at this point, quarterback, Abdul, and Hunter is gone. Yeah. And
well, you know what? I think the Giants are at 3, and I think New England's at 4.
Regardless, top 4. The
Giants take quarterback. They may take Shedeur there at 3 if they take quarterback.
So we're saying that in the top 4, both the quarterbacks are already gone, and Abdul and Travis, right?
Yeah. So
that leaves Will Johnson and Mason Graham there at 5.
Yeah.
And we're saying that Jacksonville's not going to take a corner.
It's gonna be interesting to see what Jacksonville does because
who's on Jacksonville's interior? Nobody.
They got Eric Armstead. They got they got some edge rushers. They got, they grabbed the kid out of Georgia at number 1 a year or so ago. They got Josh Allen still out there.
Regardless, I did all that yapping just to say that I would take Will Johnson over Mason Graham, and I'm a defensive line guy. I'm a defensive line guy, and I would take him over there. Like, again, maybe I just, man, to me, anything on that defensive line, I have to see that you know what you're doing with your hands, bro. I get it. He could really anchor down, and he won't get pushed around in the running game. But I just don't believe in that bull rushing shit, man. When you get to the NFL, these guards are heavier, they're stronger, and they're more athletic. I just don't believe in that, man. So that's why I really like TJ Edwards. Maybe some people think he's a little bit too small, but that man could pass rush his ass off. Like that's what these guys are getting paid for now. Like, that's where the league is going. You can, like, as messed up as it is, you can get by with paying a John Jenkins $1 million a year, but then you pay somebody that only plays on third down $20 million a year just because he can actually get to the quarterback. So I don't know. It's tough, but I would take Will Johnson over him. But honestly, I would trade back, man. Like, I would just trade back because I think in this draft, it's worth more having 2-3 second-round picks than it is to draft at 6. We're not going to get anything there.
And you see my draft. You see my draft yesterday, right? The one where I traded back. So let me read this real quick. Tell me what you think about this. So what I did was I moved from 6 to 18 with Seattle. Okay, I got 18. I got pick 50, so an additional second. I got pick 82, an additional third. I got also a second and a fourth from Seattle next year. Okay. So at 18, you may not agree with this, even though you're an offensive line guy. I took Kelvin Banks Jr. there from Texas. They're starting left tackle. You can move at guard until Colton moves on. Until we ever move on from him, I think he would be a phenomenal guard. Amarion Hampton at the second at 39. Jackson Dart at 50. I know you're not a big fan of him. Deion Walker, big body defensive tackle out of Kentucky. They're at 70. Matthew Golden, phenomenal wide receiver out of Texas at 71. Malachi Moore was available at 82 to safety out of Alabama. So that's a sneaky name. Kobe Bryant, the corner out of Kansas at 108. Ollie Gordon at 145. And Gardner Mitchell, I'm not worried about that DUI last year. It was suspicion. I don't know if he ever got charged for it, but I'm not too worried. He's a kid, man. Shit happens. Tyler Batty, the edge rusher out of BYU at 185. He could be a sneaky add to the defensive line. 214, Josh Gray, the guard out of Oregon State. I think he's going to be one of the sneaky guys that are going to rise up boards later on. Colin Oliver, the linebacker out of Oklahoma State. And I got Riley Leonard in 224 Notre Dame. So what do you think about that? If I move back and got hella extra bodies to add to this roster, because we have a lot of holes to fill.
I would do that if we had a plan to actually ship that second and that extra fourth that we picked up for an actual talent that's actually proven in the league, like go up and maybe get another linebacker with that second or that fourth that we traded from. You know what I mean? But all that stuff is I'm going to be honest, I don't agree with that first round pick just because we're talking about a tackle in college, moving to guard for 2-3 years in the NFL, then moving to tackle. I don't really see that happening.
Well, I think he's prepared to move to guard at the next level anyway. And either way, I know you don't really realistically want to take a guard in the first round, but I think the kid.
I mean, we got the best one in the second round last year. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, essentially he's a center, but I hear you though. I know what you mean.
Well, we got the best interior guy in the second round last year.
Yeah.
It's tough because I feel like your first rounders, like, they got to be impact players. Like, they have to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, he would have an impact for sure.
There wasn't a lot of guys available. And when I moved back, it was because all the big guys, pause if necessary, that we were looking at there in the top 6 were gone. They were gone. So it was like
that's kind of the hard part with being at 6. You start seeing all these top guys, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get one. And then when you do trade back, you're like, fuck, I didn't even really study these guys in the middle end of the middle to back end of the first round. But I mean,
Every year, though, guys drop. We know this. Remember, Andy, we covered the draft, and Jalen Carter fell, and look at him now. We see this every year.
I really, man, when I first was shocked that the biggest drop that I seen was when what, Michael Parsons dropped all the way to 11.
Yeah,
like that was crazy. And then Carter to 9, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, even Bowers dropping to 13 last year was pretty crazy. Like,
he's a generational tight end. He was the greatest tight end in college football the last few years. I mean, come on, man.
Like that shit was insane. I mean, I don't know. I would entertain a trade back. I would not be mad with Mason Graham there at 6 if that's what we ended up doing, because I mean, I'd be like, okay, I mean, at this point in the draft, we done a couple things in free agency, and at this point I already know my head coaches, so I'd be able to kind of see the vision a little bit more. But
yeah,
I mean, Mason Graham there with Max and Coombs,
Wilkins,
and Wilkins, yeah, that would be great. That would be phenomenal. I mean, I would love to see that, but I just feel like I just feel like whatever it is that we do, what is it, in April?
Yeah.
You just have to have a plan, man. Like, you got to go in there knowing, like,
this is where we're trying to go with it.
Yeah, you have to, because I feel like if you're there, and maybe this is Brady's thought on it, maybe that's why he didn't want to go with Telesco, because he knew that Telesco was always just going to go with who he felt was best.
Yeah.
I do feel like you need to go into the draft with a plan, because this team right now has no direction, bro. Like, we have nothing. We have no offensive coordinator. We have no defensive coordinator. We have no coach. Like, this team has no.
And not even that, Andy. What is the direction? Because once again, I said this on the show the other day. You first try to go out there and get a 38-year-old offensive coordinator, right? A offensive-minded guy. Now you're looking at a 73-year-old defensive-minded guy in Pete Carroll. What is the direction? And I know some people say winning is winning. I understand that. But what kind of football team are we trying to be? What's the philosophy here? Are we going to be an offensive-minded team, defensive-minded team? What are we doing?
I get it. I think we've sucked for so long. We can't be picky, man. Like, we can't. Like,
you ain't never lied, bro. You ain't never lied.
Like, bro, like shit. I to be honest, man, I wish I could be so blessed like these Steelers fans, man, that they want to be firing their fucking head coach for
just because they make it to the playoffs every year. Yeah.
Like, man, what? Like, come on, man. Like, to me, winning is winning. I mean, that's what this organization's slogan is. You know, like, I would never, at the end of the day, I would never complain about a win if it actually mattered.
Yeah.
These last 2 wins that we had mattered. They didn't mean shit, man. That bald-headed man, he left anyways. He left us anyways, man. And he put us in a real fucked situation.
So the CGR, my brother.
It was tough because I didn't think it was gonna happen. When it did, I was like, okay, well, shit, we're here again.
Yeah.
But bro, like,
it is what it is, bro. Salute to Ty.
Bro, like,
is Spytek official yet? No, he'll be official. Let me say this: he's in the building. He should be official by tomorrow. So stay tuned, Ty. I know a lot of people are using, him, the whole situation with Liam Cohen in Tampa Bay, leaving and going to Jacksonville. Now they have a vacancy at general manager. I don't see in any world, any way that he leaves last minute to go out to Jacksonville. So I'm assuming that it'll be done by tomorrow. So salute to Ty. Don't worry about it, brother. I'm not overthinking this. I don't think this is a Cliff Kingsbury, Ben Johnson type situation. This is a guy who is Tom Brady's guy. So I'm assuming he doesn't around.
That man's not here because we had no direction. Like we have nothing to offer. Like, bro, all we've been saying for years since we moved to Vegas, shit, at least we got no state taxes. Because, bro, that's all we have to offer.
Dog.
We lose, but hey, at least you're getting all your money, bro. Like you're gonna come here, you're gonna be depressed all of these months throughout football season, but hey, don't worry, you're not gonna have to pay that much on taxes, bro.
You're gonna get papered up.
That's where we're at, man, and it sucks.
Hey, 3,000 people in the chat right now, and they're laughing their asses off right now, bro. Salute to everybody here in the building. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, little bro. Go spend some time with the lady. Appreciate you for pulling up, bro. As always,
Yeah.
man. Love, bro. Hit me up soon, man. Let's catch up, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
My brother, man.
All right,
Salute to Andy, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, once again, we will be live. As always, I would hate to leave with 3,000 people here in the building, but it's about that time. I'm gonna go spend some time with the wife, put the kids down for the night, and I got to get ready and prepared tomorrow for all the Shrine Bowl shenanigans. So stay tuned, you guys. We'll be uploading a ton of content all week long. That content. We're going to be uploading a ton of it. So stay tuned. Hopefully I can get some Shedeur interviews, maybe some Shiloh interviews. I definitely want to talk to Nick Nash, San Jose State. Another guy I kept telling you guys, Josh Gray. Keep an eye on him. And if I get home in time tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to try and put this show together with Sanjit. My brother hit me up and said, I'm free tomorrow. Let's run our podcast. So maybe we'll do a show tomorrow with Sanjit also. But other than that, man, I'm going to say this. Don't freak out about the Spytek thing. From what I heard, it was a done deal. But once again, we were all head over heels over the Ben Johnson situation. So I understand why everybody's freaking out. But I really, truly believe that this thing is a done deal. Signed, sealed, delivered. It should be done by tomorrow. This isn't a Ben Johnson thing. Let's not act like Spytek was the hottest thing in the world, you guys. This wasn't a Ben Johnson situation. Do people respect Spytek around the NFL? Definitely. They definitely are high on him, but he was not a guy that went around and got a million interviews. He came to Vegas specifically because this was the place that wanted him. This was not a Ben Johnson, number one guy. The Jags want him. The Bears want him. The Raiders want him. It's not that. This is a totally different situation, okay? So pump the brakes a little bit until tomorrow, maybe Saturday. We'll see what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I think this thing should be done here soon. Also, salute to everybody that tapped in, and salute to Shedeur for taking a few minutes to chop it up with me today, man, over at Hyatt Regency in Frisco, Texas. Had a ball kicking it over there, man, and chopping it up with, him, humble kid, good kid. You can tell, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, his demeanor, the way that he goes about him, and this is just me talking to him for a few minutes. He seems like a good kid, the kind of kid that catches a lot of slack because of, he wanted to dress nice and have a camera on him at all times. But I'm telling y'all now, man, he seemed like a really solid individual that loves the game of football. And he's excited about going into the NFL draft. So hopefully we can talk to him a little bit more. But other than that, man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys at some point tomorrow. As always, wipe them feet on the way out. Hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button. One.
I know Jerome is coming up and he's going